Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to create a digital product for Etsy or any other marketplace, and I'm going to take you through the whole process as quickly as possible, but we're going to look at some market research, finding some good ideas and how you can improve upon them, the actual creation process, how to create some additional variations or products while already creating that product, and then packaging it up all real nice so it's quick, simple, and easy to deliver to the customer. What's up everybody, my name is Brandon Kyle and I teach people how to make money online through affiliate marketing, side hustles, and other online income opportunities. So not long ago I did a similar video on creating a digital product for Etsy that was more in the baby announcement genre, but a really good watch. I'll put the link above if you want to go watch that and get some different ideas. But before we get into today's video, I do promote a business building challenge. The link is below. I highly recommend it because if you're actually looking to start an online business, you need to have a skill set to market your business and put yourself out there besides just creating the content itself. It's helped me grow as an individual and I highly recommend it. Let's get right into the computer and start building. Okay, so into the computer we go. We're on Etsy. You can tell it already knows what I want to see because I've already done a little research before starting the video, but we're going to be looking at different types of table cards, gift cards, right? Wedding cards type of stuff. This stuff is great to do during the winter time in my opinion because, you know, wedding season is spring, summer, and part of fall. So this is a really good winter time type of project to get things ready and have them plastered out and ready to go throughout the year. So we're just going to look for table cards and we're going to see what pops up, right? And it'll already start to give you a bunch of suggestions here, right? Table card holders, numbers, wedding, templates, yes, a little bit of everything, but let's just see what we get for table cards. I want to see what's out there. We need to be inspired, right? So table cards, we got something with people's names, something very simple, right? Like generic with a little bit of, I don't know, like an olive leaf or a leaf of some sort. And we got stuff with people's names on it. Let's just look up here and see if we can find something more for like weddings, see what we get there. Yes. Okay, so we have different options. What's screaming out to you? So don't worry, there's a lot of stuff that's happening, but we can see, you know, people are getting good sales here. This has like 7,200, you know, through their shop, so they're doing something really good. All right, so we could do something where it's a little more specific, where they have a table number, and then you're basically creating a template. Yes. And then you actually get to put the person's name on top of it, right? Like here's all the 6 to 8 people that'll be sitting at table 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you're a little more organized for the weddings like that. Or we could just do something a little more simple, right? Where it's just a person's name, or they're going to be like table 1, table 2, right? And then they would be in a nice little stand like this, or maybe there's a little holder. So, you know, you're looking at what is it that's jumping out to you. What are you seeing? Is it the simplicity of these cards where it's, you know, right here it says table and it's like a nice block letter, but then the number is actually written in a nice script? Do you like it the other way around where it's kind of like these ones over here where it says table and some kind of like cursive or calligraphy and then the number is down below, right? And then what kind of card do we want? Do we want something that's like a business card size? Do we want something that's going to be a little more vertical like a 4x6 shape, right? So I'm just looking at all these different things. Like this is kind of nice here. It's right. It's got like a little bit of a watercolor type of plant that's right here. So what thing is going to be the thing that inspires you, right? Do you want to create something similar? Do you want to create something different? Maybe you have a different creative side to you, and that's kind of what we're looking at here, okay? So I'm going to do something where it's just a name, like, well, cursive, a number, and I'm going to keep it small, but we're going to look at how to turn it into 2 different types of things as we get into it, okay? So I'm going to use that. So then we're going to switch over, and we're going to be over here in Canva, and we're going to create a design. So we're going to start small, and then we'll make one bigger, okay? So I'm going to make one like business card size. All right, and it already has something set up here for you in a 3x5, 3.5 inch by 2 inch format, okay? So we're gonna get to designing, and I think that I'm gonna start with just a simple one and maybe put some leaves around it. And Canva's great just because with a free account, you can actually do a lot. It's not that expensive for a paid account or a pro account, so I always recommend it. So I'm gonna do something with some calligraphy on the top. So we're gonna add some text. Okay, we'll add a heading. And then I'm going to just start with table, right? Okay, to get this going here. And I'm going to size it up to the way I want, and then we'll look for some fonts. That way that I have something that I can kind of compare as I start ripping through the fonts. So I click on this over here, and then you can search. It already says like calligraphy or open sans or whatever, and you can see some of my recently used ones that I've had here. But let's just go through calligraphy, right? Just to see what all we have. And, you know, who am I to say what is right and what is wrong? That's not too bad of a start, right? Like I can't really read that. That doesn't say table to me when I read it, right? Do you want, what is that even right there? Like sur la table kind of stuff, right? So you're just going to go through, like, that's cute. That's not too bad. I like that. You know, and you're just going to pop through and see what fits your fancy, right? Like it's totally up to you and your own creativity. That's okay. Right, let me see, boom, 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 right, and you're just kind of like going through here and just checking them all out. I mean, that's really all it is, okay? So I'm going to see if there's a saved one up here that I used recently. I probably won't because I just ripped through a bunch of them. But which one did I like first? All right, so this one works for me. So this is Allura if we look right here, okay? So this is not too bad. Now I'm going to position it somewhere, right? And the nice thing about Canva is it has all these like snapping lines so that you can align different things, yeah? And then it says table, and then we just need to come up with a number, right? So I'm going to do another heading, and I'm just going to add a number 1, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right where I think it should be underneath, and then maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger, yes, and let's see here, right? Kind of get it into there. Okay, table 1. And then I'm going to once again start looking for some different fonts for this. So I don't want a calligraphy type of font. I'm going to see what there is here just as I start to go through, kind of see what these ones look like as we go through. That was almost like super simple, but worked, right? This is kind of like a stroke. I don't know if I would use that. But it's something that's going to work. Ooh, that's not too bad. Okay, a reppy. So I'll go with this for now. Okay, so we've got this, yes, and this is not too bad. Now also I like to zoom out because right now it's at like, it's fully framed here at 292%, but sometimes I like to pull back just a little bit to see exactly, and this is like a business card, like what does a business card actually look like? Does this appeal to my eye? Okay, so it's a very basic, just white card. It says table 1. So maybe we'll want to add some elements here, okay? And I was already looking for leaves earlier because I was looking for some different ideas, and you can find some interesting stuff. So if you just type in, you know, leaves, you can see what you get here, right? And these aren't too bad actually for a start, these ones that are popped out here. I'm not going to use anything that's animated, but I'm going to look for something that I feel like might work for a wedding, right? Something like Greek or Roman or some little kind of branchy type of leaf, right? And so you can do this, and we'll zoom back in, okay? Pull in a little tighter, and I'm going to take this leaf over here, and I could take this leaf and I could expand it and make it really big, right? And then I could kind of twist it a little bit so it kind of arcs around, and then maybe I'll put it over here, right? And see, and like it's kind of like coming off, which is kind of cute. That's actually looking nice. I like the way the stem is coming here. Now this I feel like is a little bit strong, so I might take this image over here and I'm going to reduce the transparency just a little bit. You see like this, you see how it starts to get faded out, right? So I might turn the transparency down just a little bit because I want it to be nice, yes, not too overpowering for where it says table 1, right? That it's totally up to you, once again. So maybe I'll just turn the transparency down a little bit, okay? But maybe you want something with a little bit of color, right? And so we could try some of these different ones over here, right, that pop out. And actually, that's not too bad for like a little eucalyptus thing. What's happening here? Come with me, eucalyptus. Where did he go? I want him to... Oh, yeah, come on. Not cooperating. There's too many boxes here. Come with me, Mr. There we go. Okay, and so I'll pull this back out, okay? So we've got this, right? And, you know, this is just not the most epic, amazing looking piece of, like, and maybe it's sage. I don't know. No, it's not sage. It's not fuzzy. But let's just say it's eucalyptus, okay, because it's fun. But you're like, I don't know if I like this green. So what you could also do, once you're in, you could play with the transparency of it. But you could also try editing the image, yeah, and tinkering with some of the colors. You could see if any of the filters, right, start to change what this looks like, right? So you could change them with the filters. You could go in manually and tinker with the colors so that you can get something that's more appealing to you, Okay, so something lighter like that. Actually, I think like an olive branch. So I'm just looking at some different ideas and elements, right? You just got to explore a little bit. And as you do this over time, you'll actually get more efficient and you'll get quicker with everything like that. Yeah, so maybe an olive branch or something like this. You know, and the same thing, you can create the effects. Like this might be kind of nice right here, right? And you're just gonna like, that's not the right one. We're gonna shrink it down, right? Something like this. And the same thing over here. And then I rotate it in some way, shape, or form, right? And I bring it out here, and then now maybe I can make it a little bigger, right? Something like that. That's kind of like, you know, it's not too bad, right? I mean, don't mind me on my artistic skills, right? And then maybe I turn that down a little bit, and then you have some color. And then once again, if you wanted to edit the image, you could always come back and do that. You could use any of these other things. Maybe you want something that's like extra crazy, and you can use all of these different stuff like this. There's all these crazy slicing options too that can like totally enhance your image. That keeps it all chipped. Definitely not going to do that. Right, so I'll put that back. But there's just different things, ways for you to get creative with this, okay? So you start building this thing out. You figure out how you want it to look. You've got your table one, okay? So once you got your first little template that you're like, okay, this is good, now we can go back and duplicate this, okay? So right here, you can add a page, or you can duplicate right here. So we're going to duplicate so we don't have to do as much work, right? And now it's going to bring us down. We'll go back, right? So, and right here is to the left and right. Yes, one, table one. And then what we're going to do is just change this to a 2. Boom, right? And we're just going to continue to repeat this process, right? And then you come through and you have a 3. Good. Duplicate. 4. Very easy, right? Once you got everything set up, okay? And then you've got 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got all of your different tables. And you're going to build this out until you feel like you have enough. What is enough? 20 tables? I don't know. I think that's a pretty good sized party, right? Like 20 tables, let's say it sits at least 6 people, 120. That's a pretty good little gathering right there. What if we could cram 8 people per table? Now we got 160. So what we'll do is we're going to package this so that it's available for download, at least 20 tables, but then we'll also include one as a template. That way, if they need to create more table numbers just in case, you can offer that. They can do it themselves, but you've done a majority of the legwork for them, okay? Or maybe you could add an additional upcharge and you can get a little bit more, okay? So we've got this, right? And remember, this is a business card size, so it's a smaller type of table card that we've got right here. So what do we do? So now we're gonna take this and we're gonna download it as a PDF, okay? And then you'll save it and you're going to download it, and we'll save it just so you can see the process of saving it. Don't mind all my stuff here. I got all sorts of different designs coming together, right? So I will save it here, and I'm just going to save it as table cards. And actually it should be, I'm going to create a newer folder in downloads. That way it doesn't get all out of the way, right? So Etsy, digital designs. Right, so we got table cards, and now it's downloaded as a PDF. And then if I go to something here, it's my Etsy digital designs, and it's my table cards, and I open it, right? Then they have this thing, and it's all done, and they can take these, and they could send this file off to a printer, and they would have all of these, and they would get done out for them, right? Okay, cool. So that's the first thing, yes? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this PDF, and you're gonna upload it to a Google Drive folder, okay? There's one option. You could give this full file and you're going to put it, but I think it's going to be easier if you put it in a Google Drive, and I'm going to show you how to do that here at the very end, okay? So that was the first thing. So we've got this thing 1 to 20, great. Next, we want to be able to create a template, okay? So that way they can use it, yes? So I'm going to do a couple different things here. Just follow along because it might get a little bit tricky, but you need to be able to work through some different windows, okay? So here's the first thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to open a Google Doc, okay, because I like using Google Docs. I'm going to create a new Google Doc, and we're going to title it our table card, okay, and you would be more specific if you create a bunch of digital downloads, but we're only doing one right now, right? It's going to be a table card digital download, okay, download, okay? And then over here, we're going to create, we're going to make a PDF for the PDF and all of the products. So it's going to say something like, thank you for your order. And I'm not going to do great writing skills right here. Thank you for your order. Yes. Please click the links below to download your items, right? So you got download your links, okay? So 1, and then number 1 might be something like this. Come on, right? So number 1 is going to be your 20 table cards for printing. Okay, boom. Number 2 is going to be, and we're going to create this, is going to be table card template in case you need additional, right? And then there'll be a link here. And so your 20 table cards for printing, okay? So the link here, okay, it's going to be the link here.com, okay? And so this would actually be the shared file address or the link sharing thing that you're going to get from Google Drive. Okay, so you save it in a Google Drive folder, you right click it, you hit share, yes, and then you copy and paste that, and it'll be a link right here. Okay, if the link is super big, okay, like obnoxiously huge, you're going to go to tiny URL. I'll show you this right now. Okay, I know it seems like I'm jumping everywhere, just pay attention. Okay, and I actually need to do this in a private window so that you don't see my stuff. Okay, so tinyurl.com. Create an account, it's free. You put super long URLs right here, and then you hit this magic button and it makes it super teeny and condenses it down into like 20 characters or something like that. Okay, so tinyurl.com. That way when you put it here and you're making your adding your links, they're not it looks small and it's not insanely huge like a run-on sentence. Okay, so then the same thing here, your table card template in case you need additional. Okay, so now we're going to create that right now. Okay, and actually we'll probably even get to do this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole thing we just made, okay, and I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, I wonder if I can do that from in here. Actually, I should have done it from the inside. Where you're working with me in real time. Sorry, this is how my brain works sometimes. Okay, so we are going to take this, okay, and we're going to resize it, and I'm going to do it just exactly the same thing that I did right here. Okay, I'm going to copy and resize it because later I'll be able to title it and like make sure that it's the template. Okay, so we're calling this table card. I'm renaming it up here, table card template. Okay, so we have table 1. So they don't need all 4 of these, right? They can come back and do this. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to delete some of these. Yeah, so they just have 1. Okay, so there's table 1. That's all they really need, because now they're going to do, remember we said we're doing 20, maybe they just need to put 21, right? And actually maybe I'll set them up for success, right? 21, so they know where they're starting. Okay, and then what you go to do magically is we're going to click on the share button up here. You do not want to share link to edit, because everybody who buys it, if they edit it, it's going to have a bunch of weird numbers. Okay, but what they can do is you can share a link to use as a template. Yes, boom. And then you can copy that link right here. Yes, and then we come back over to our little paper and we put it there. Now remember how I said this is an insane long link right here? This is a great opportunity to show you what it looks like if we use tiny URL. Who would have known? Okay, so tiny URL. I copy and paste this link right here. Yes, I say make it tiny. Now look how nice it is. I can hit copy, and then I'm going to take that back and I paste it right there. Boom. Does that make sense? Okay, so and then what you do, and so what we're doing is we're giving a really nice packet and you're building value. So here is your URL link, and we can even, like, let's just pretend, right? I'm in another incognito tab here. I'm going to use that exact same link just to verify it works. Right? A template was created by me, Acro Brandon. Yes, this is my Canva account. Okay, and you can use the template, right? And then they click on it, and then obviously they have to have a Canva account to do it, right? But who doesn't have a Canva account? It's free. Okay, does this make sense? Yeah? Okay, so they can edit that. So under here, the instructions might be something like how to use, right? Boom. Click the link. Okay. And it will take you to Canva to edit, and create additional. Boom. Yes. Once inside, and obviously you can get a little bit more thorough. Yes. Once inside, add your next table number. And then when done, if needing more than one table card, hit the duplicate button. Boom. Okay. And then what I would do is I put like a little image right here. Okay. You guys want to see me do it all in real time? That's fine, right? So let's say, where's the duplicate button? Right here. Okay. So duplicate page, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to take a quick, actually that's not right. I'm going to take a quick screenshot. Okay. And then maybe what I'll do is I can come over here to my table card, and then we're going to insert a image. Yeah. Upload from computer. Hopefully it's on my desktop. Look at that. That's amazing. Nope, that's not the right one. Okay, boom, right? So what I would probably do is I'd edit this little image down, and I would put a little circle around the duplicate button right here, but you guys get the idea of what's happening here, okay? So they're getting the download link to their 20 cards that you've already done. We created a little table card template just in case, yeah? So they can have this. And then number 3, okay? We want to have some thank you kind of stuff, okay? So number 3 is that you are going to have, boom, okay, a coupon code, right? Thank you for your business. Thank you. Here's a coupon code for 10% off. And the reason I'm recommending this for 10% off the next order, and then in little cute little here, you can even share it with a friend, okay? That way, if someone's like, oh my God, these cards are so great, where did you get them from? Oh, this person on Etsy. Actually, you know what? I've got a 10% off, right? And then you're getting free marketing out of your sale. Does that make sense? Because if they bring a friend to the table, you didn't have to do any work for it, and they still save 10%, that is still free money in your pocket. And digital products kick ass because there is nothing to ship, like no physical, tangible product like print on demand, okay? Then you'd be like, code, 10% off digital, okay? Or that's what it is, okay? And you would add this in Etsy on the back end. Great? Okay, so now you're here. You're done, okay? This is the product. Now what we do is we export this, okay? I'm going to download it as a PDF, okay? Now you have all of your little products into a nice little download PDF. And remember, this is just for the business card. I'm going to show you how to make something a little bit larger right now. Okay, so you're getting a lot of stuff out of this. Table card, digital download. Whoops, come on, Brandon. Digital download, and we'll just call it master. Okay, PDF. Okay, that way you know which one it is. Okay, and this has all of the stuff contained within it, right? It has the table card template. You've got your 20 table cards. You're going to have your special 10% off code. And then you put some stuff down here, right? Like, thank you. Okay, great. And then you upload that to Google Drive now, and you have a template that takes them to everywhere. Okay, so just to recap on what I said, okay, we uploaded just these 20 table cards into your Google Drive. That is one part of a download, yes? But then you embedded that link in this master PDF so that when they download the PDF, they have links to that product, to the template, and for your coupon code. Does that make sense? Okay, if not, drop some questions below. Okay, now, that was just the first product, okay? Hopefully, whatever it is you create catches somebody's eye. But you don't know if they just need like a small business card side or if they're looking for something a little bigger. And it's up to you to decide how many variations of this product you want to create. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate and resize some of this stuff. Okay, so let's go back to, where are we at? So many windows. This one. Okay, so once you got this set up, remember you had it set up 1 to 20. Okay, now there's 2 ways to go about it. I'm just going to go and resize this whole thing at once to see what happens, but you might have to go through the process again of going 1 to 20, but that literally takes minutes. This is not hard work, okay? So we did this in a business card. So now we're going to resize it. What if they want a slightly larger table card? Let's say 4 by 6, right? So we're in a horizontal landscape, so 4 by 6 is going to be 4 high, 6 wide. okay? 6 wide, 4 high, and we're going to resize. And now all of these cards you just did are resized 4 by 6, okay? But we need to go back, okay? And it's not, you can't make these changes globally, or at least I don't know how to yet. I don't think you can just make the change to 1 and have it all through. You could do that in like Photoshop or something, which would be cool, but it can't be here. So let's just say you're like, well, this twig looks a little smaller, right? Or this branch. So I want to just kind of make it a little more filling for the paper that we've got right here, right? I'm going to move the 1 down a little bit, right? Because now we're using some more space. I like the table, and I think this actually looks pretty good, but you know, I have some free space to work with, so maybe I will make it just a little bit bigger, right? And if I was going to keep this leaf over here, right, maybe I make this a little bit bigger over here. So now it fills the card more appropriately. So look at this from this to this, okay? So there's a difference between what I just did to what I had before, right? A lot of dead space down and around, right? So I kind of just filled it in a little bit more so it looks a little more appropriate and like expanded properly. So then what I would do is be like, okay, I like this, boom, you know, 2, 3, and 4, come on, are done. And then I go back, I repeat the process once again, and I start duplicating and just going 1 to 20, yes, duplicate, oh, come on, that was wrong, right? Set it, and then forget it, right? Right, same thing, 2, 3, and then just start working your way down the line, right, all the way to 20 once again, okay? So it's really not that impossible. It's really easy to type a number, okay? And then now you, once again, you repeat the same process so that you have a 4 by 6 product. Everything we just did, right? You're gonna download it, save it as a PDF, upload the PDF to Google Drive. You're going to come back over. You're going to duplicate it 1 time, right, with this at 4 by 6 so that you have a usable template, right, that they could do, okay? And I guess you could share the whole 20 as a usable template. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I did all the work and I want to have a little more control, and I would just give them control to 1 and they could do more work instead of taking the whole 20. That's just me, but you do you, okay? And then the same thing here with this, right? So over here, you did almost all the work perfectly here with this PDF. So all you need to do is come in, if you're using Google Drive, is make a copy, right? And now it's copy of table card digital download, but really, what is it? It's going to be table card digital download 4 by 6, right? Does that make sense, right? And then it duplicates it instantly right there, so you don't have to do too much work. Yes, you put the new link to the 4 by 6 product, right? Your table card template is the new template link to the 4 by 6 product, right? And the code is still the same right here, right? So you're, after you put in the work once, you're able to replicate this process. Okay, so that's going to be a wrap on how to create this type of digital product for Etsy or any other marketplace. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know below in the comment section. And if you're new here, if you could give a subscribe or a like button, that would be amazing. If you want to find me on TikTok, those links are below. I do have some additional links below that are affiliate links, and if you click on them, I might actually make a commission on something you buy. It's a great way to support me and the channel so I can continue to create this content for you guys. Once again, I do promote a business building challenge which teaches you skill sets to market yourself and build your own online business, whether it's through digital products or physical products or any other market or niche that you want to be in. Once again, my name is Brandon Kyle. I'll see you all in another video.